Hello and welcome back to the Broken Doll, and tonight I come to you with these lovely little dolls, the Patsy Babyettes. Boy, they're quite the dolls to work on. They're so little. I'm not used to little dolls, but I'm getting through them. I've got quite a few pieces already done. You know, like ready to, whoops, take that out. You know, ready to go, like, you know, to be dealt with and everything. Now, she's still got a few things in the crack of her bum there, but we'll get that out. You can't get the Dremel down in there. That's one thing for sure. So you have to pick her bum. So, yeah, there we go. We just kind of get in there and just pull some of that paint out. There we go. But anyways, I'll fix more of that later. But anyways, I take the Dremel over a lot of this and just take the paint off a lot faster. That's what I did in the arms and the legs here. If I was to take a body, I've got one here, down here. And let me just do my Dremeling here. There is such a word. There is now. So to get into the arms, I just get right in here. And I get right in there. To the surface first. I'm doing what I mean the surface, the flat part of this first here. There we go. And there you go. You can get right in there and get that whole circle just taken right. It's just cared for like in a matter of seconds. And then you can start on the rest of the body too if you want. Now, is that coming apart there? No, it's not. But yeah, very nice. And again, we'll do this. Let's do an arm because it's smaller, so I'll show you that. So first, just do this. I do around the surface actually. Alright, there's that done. Now we'll do the neck. I keep forgetting my steps. Surface first, the top, I mean. Now to get inside, this is what I do. There we go. And that's done now. There. Okay. So I've done a leg, an arm, and the neck hole up here. And the rest after that is the same idea all the way through. And you can get through these dolls very quick. Now I do between picking the paint and dremeling it, just depending what's all going on with the doll in the moment that I'm there. Like it seems like there's, now I don't have this on all my bodies, but there's a little bit of a crack in the crack, okay? But anyways, it just looks easy to get out. That's what I'm saying. So you want to go for that there, you know. See how easy that was? I don't always get that. That's always a hard area to get into because it's so deep. My Dremel won't get into that part. So when you get something like that, boy, I'll tell you, you go for it, you know. But this is what I'm saying, where I start picking a little bit, because there we go, you know, because they're all going to get spackling put on them regardless. You know, we're going to do some spackling. And now I was asked by Giselle and I've had this off and on by other subscribers, why am I using more spackling than over, not more, but I spackle than milliput. At one time I used to milliput the bodies big time because that's all I knew. There was a lady that got on there and said, why are you not spackling the bodies? And then others joined in later and said the same thing. Why are you not using spackling? I'm like, I don't even know what spackling, what it was at the time. So I went and started looking into it. I start using it. I'm like, oh my goodness, this stuff is wonderful. Now milliput is great, but I wasn't using milliput maybe in the right way. I was learning still. Like I tell you, I'm always learning. So my learning has changed. Milliput is really great for when you have holes. You have to fill a hole in, or you need to build toes. One thing back in the day when people, restorers would restore antique dolls, they had to put a little nail down into the finger, to build a finger like around the nail. We don't have to do that anymore because milliput is one of our most magical stuff that was made, and it is a plastic. It's an epoxy, so it's a plastic. And I know I always say plastics don't belong on wood because that's acrylic. Acrylic paint does not belong on wood, but this stuff here, it's a little bit of a twist because it has something else in it that just grabs onto the wood. And so for the little bit that you would use to build a finger, fill in a hole, or whatever the case may be, at one time I used to cover dolls up with the milliput. You know, no, I don't do that anymore. There's no need for that. But the spackling, oh my goodness, it just comes in and it fills in beautifully. And it's easier to use than milliput. Now, milliput's easy to use, don't get me wrong. But this is easier. You hear that on the end? It is just a little bit nicer to use, and it does a wonderful job. It does the same job, and it doesn't have to cover the whole body up. There's places where I'll keep it nice and thick and places where I'll thin it out. And I have that alternative now. Now, I could do that with the milliput, but it's a lot of sanding in there. So, it's just another, how I look at it is, it's like another tool. We need different tools when you garden. We have all different types of gardening tools. The same when it comes to your dolls. Lots of different tools will get a job done even better for you and makes the doll even that much better. Your experience through it will be better, and the doll turns out better. And as we go through and learn how to restore these dolls together, we'll find those things out and see how things change along the way. What was once maybe our biggest product may not be down the road, because all of a sudden we found something else out, somebody said something, and all of a sudden your head turns towards it and you go, I wonder how that would work. And if you don't like it, don't ever use it again. But spackling is wonderful. I see Cheryl and Mom's Collectible Dolls, she loves the stuff because once you get onto it, it's great. But will I always have milliput in my corner? Sure. I will never live without my milliput. I'll always have it because it's a great tool to have for little projects where spackling won't work. You know, and it won't build a finger. It won't build toes. It won't fill in holes where you need support. Milliput has that support. When it hardens quick, within an hour, it's starting to keep its form. It's starting to do wonderful. So, that being said, you need your milliput. You need your spackling. You need your different knives. You need different, I have a knife out. I have a Dremel out. I'm always using different tools, and that is the magic of restoring your doll. And go back and forth. You may say to yourself, man, I can't live without you. I love you. You might find a knife that you swear by. Like I used to swear by this knife here, and I don't use it anymore. I love these little knives now. I'm getting onto them better. But at one time, you would never get me off of that knife. I'm always looking for improvements. Look how this paint's just coming right off. It is not attached to the wood. It just isn't. In places it might be, but this just isn't. It's just sitting there just on top of the wood. It's acrylic. You know, there's no lead in it because it's acrylic. Acrylic doesn't have lead. And even, believe it or not, a lot of the paints back in the day, oil paint, not all oil paint had lead. There's a lot of oil paint that does not have it. Yeah, there are some that do, and you have to take your precautions and make sure that you're watching yourself when it comes to lead paint. But even back then, I was reading about not all toys had lead paint in them. Some did. Believe it or not, baby cribs did, and windowsills and things like that were more of a danger than their own toys. So just interesting stuff to. Ooh, look at this big piece. Look at that. Ooh, look at that. Wasn't that beautiful? Wish it all came off like that at times. Ooh, like I just love this. This is just not. Look at that. Right over the words. Look at that. You can't even make the words out because this paint is so thick. Not put out, whoever restored this put on a real thick coat. And I want to see the letters on the back of my doll. I want to be able to read. So when I paint my doll, it gets a nice thin coat, but a good enough coat on there. There's about 3 to 4 coats of paint on there. But I thin my paint down so that I can read what's on the back of this doll here. Wonderful, wonderful. That's the way you want it to be. Yeah, just take that paint and get it off of there. This is, and another thing is too, it's, I just got paint in my mouth. A little tiny piece just went in. But we just want that stuff off, and let's put the right stuff on. You know, look at that. Just beautiful. But I want to show you what the different tools do and how they react to, you know, to the paint. Oh my goodness, I love this. Now, I find that if we were to look at composition, this one's a darker composition than this one. It looks like this one got more glue in it. And for some reason, the paint doesn't want to attach as good as on this body here. It's lighter, maybe not as much glue. Let's take another body that's even lighter. Maybe you can see the difference more there. And you can see the glue in there, but look around the buttocks area and, you know, just around the belly itself, you know, it's just lighter, you know. Where I find where there's heavy glue, it doesn't want to stick. So wonderful stuff. We're always learning, always understanding our restorations better and better as we go through this. Like I say, I'm learning right along with you. I get aha moments just like everybody else. Aha! Well, what was that all about? You know, so yeah, wonderful, wonderful stuff. Pooh. I don't know if it hit my mouth or not. I just do that just in case. But there we go, you know, and yeah, just great stuff. I rarely ever stab myself. I used to stab myself more, but I've really become more no, and watch, I'm going to stab myself. A lot more careful around the knife. I've never been stabbed by these as of yet. I shouldn't even talk about it because just the time I say it, something happens. I don't want it to happen, but anyways, yeah, this is great. This is a wonderful, wonderful doll to take apart. And oh, look at this. Yeah, just beautiful paint coming off. You don't get this all the time. I don't always get paint coming off like this, you know, but yeah, it's just wonderful. My daughter is starting a new YouTube channel, and it's going to be a things that she fixes up, or some of her things that I don't want to give it all away, but it's going to be our first one. I will say this one is going to be our glamping and just information, but she's pretty good at this. She's got a really good idea what she's coming up with. So when she gets her channel up and running, I'm going to be putting it down below. You'll hear me say it's down below, and I hope you'll join in and see her, visit her channel when it gets put up and everything. And she's still working on it. She's working on her first video, so I've seen parts of it already. Oh, it's great. Really good stuff. So, but anyways, she's really letting her personality shine right through it. It's really good stuff. So, She's really feeling a lot better from her operation that she had back in last September. It's coming up to be a year soon. Won't be long, I mean, but we're getting there, you know, close to her 1 year. But it took her months to heal from that. So she's doing great. So, but anyways, yeah. But, oh yeah, look at this here. So, but now she's moving on to other things here, so, there we go. Now, where it gets a little tough like this, you see how this isn't coming off as great? Instead of me digging, I might just take the Dremel to that and Dremel that off. If it doesn't want to come off like it just did there, okay, we got other means. And see, now the belly might be different. It might be like a more glue here than what's up here. So I think, and it's starting to look lighter in color. So it sticks a little bit more. So what we'll do is, yeah, so let's just take this here. Look at that. Beautiful. I gotta be careful. There's letters up here. I don't want to... Anything where there's the letters, I'm a little bit more hesitant to be using the Dremel, because you can take those letters off in seconds and you can't get them back again. Once they're gone, they're gone. And that's the whole identification of this doll here. So I want to keep that Dremel away from the F&B Patsyette, Babyette type of thing, you know, lettering. So... I hope this is helping a lot of those out there that just want to know, what is Tammy up to? Okay. Wonder if you guys are still seeing this. Are we still running? Yeah, we are. Oh, we're at 17. So we're about ready to go. So everybody, if you like what you see here and it looks great to you and you love what you're seeing, give me a thumbs up, and I'll do more for you here. And leave me a comment and subscribe if you're passing by and you go, hey, I like that lady. She looks pretty good. And I am. Okay. Thanks for joining me. Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.